So I want to say virtually and good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I would like to welcome today to our first ever Astronomy 101 workshop. This is not the usual lecture that we usually organize, which is boring and you guys have to sit for an hour and then go to lunch. Instead, this time we try to make it more interactive. We request the hustle to get allow each and every student to use the telescope. So inshallah, next time when we have a practical one, you guys can observe the space yourself. I would just like to give you an introduction about Brother Hassan al-Hariri. He is the founder of the Dubai Astronomy Group. Basically, you can log on to www.dubaiastronomy.com and find out all the details what's going across there. Actually, during Ramadan, I visited one of his workshops over there in Hatta, and it was very beautiful. We went late night and we saw the meteorite shower over there. Mashallah, there were more than 200 people who showed up over there. And the event was basically very nice for families as well. And basically, he's a pioneer in astronomy education. He has established many astronomy activities, participated in most of regional astronomy events. Brother Hassan is also multi-talented personality. He owns the IT business and he's a consultant himself, right? And one of his hobbies, like us, is astronomy. Other than that, electronics, geology, and meteorology, right? So please welcome Brother Hassan.
First thing, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a pleasure to have you, hosted me to talk to you about astronomy. I would love to interact with you. So this session which we're going to talk about will not be one way research kind of process as you are used to have a lecture. I would love definitely your feedback, interruptions, asking the questions, getting more about you. As much as you're going to ask, as much as I want to get to you. You're going to be silent, I'm going to be silent very soon. Okay? So let's make it. The things we're going to talk about astronomy. Just before I jump over the astronomy and talking about the science, let's talk about who I am, what I do. I'm Hassan, a simple person. Not a scientific person. I'm not a professor or anything like that. I'm a financial. I love astronomy. So whatever I do with life, I hope that I can solve this somehow. So I can really have passion to do that work. To start with, my life started very simple as looking at the books, be fascinated about the sky, and then just at the point where I made my career serving my passion. I learned computer because it had so many applications in astronomy. I learned electronics because I wanted to gadget up things to use and to be, because I was very much interested in spacecraft, especially the Voyager spacecraft. So I wanted to know what is made of, how does it work, and then I started to think that from electronics to computers to controlling the things, I always think out. And then once the satellite comes up, what to do? The basic thing is take pictures, correct? So GIS came to picture here. And similarly, once you start to look at the Earth, you start to decode the information and the pictures. So you have to learn geology. I like that. Push up the things, and the umbrella will go expanding and expanding. The balloon becomes bigger and bigger. And as much as you give the interest and the passion at the time, it becomes better and better for you. So this is how it started with me. Simple as love of astronomy. And the end of it was that I have my own company for IT testing. As simple as this can go. Now let's take it to a practical level. Our passion didn't stop at the point of just saying I want to do things for myself. It's more that I want to give it to my community also. So in '93 we started to fund a kind of non-governmental organization, Dubai Astronomy Group. It was about 10 of us. Just start the screen shoot. So the Dubai Astronomy Group was founded in 93, and then we pushed up things. To level where we are talking about opening to a public. And you can work no problem. And you can work. You have to give it to others. So the beauty of the science, if you give it to others, it becomes more joyful. When you think for yourself only, you focus, it's you. What's the beauty? What the heck? How? I have losses in the person. You need to do it. So how do you know to do it? Unless I share it with others. Sharing the science made for us a new experience, a new challenges, a new learning arena. It was a new adventure to go in the sea and look for new discoveries. Interacting with public is very important for us. We learned a lot. What we have learned from almost like 96 to 2000, we have doubled it in 2 years time. So it was a very joyful experience. What we have done in the group, we have created programs and initiatives where we interact with the community with it, starting from simple as school level, going and making clubs, making lectures, giving seminars, making workshops, playing with kids from KG level to university level. Playing, yeah, playing with astronomy is a play, but with different aspects of it. For children, it has different meanings, and for the adults, it has different meanings. Now, going all the way from stargazing, going to the deserts, camping there, to a stargazing parties, open for the public. And then using the instrumentation to play it more, getting it more depth, more information, accessing to the more public, and making things available for all of us to enjoy with astronomy. The word which I want to use very frequently is enjoyment and having fun and entertainment with astronomy. Astronomy is not a solid science by means of what? Books, studying, and a normal what you have practicing every day. It's a voice. You can act with some fun, you can act with some action, you can act with some more games, making study with fun, study with enjoyment, studying with entertainment. And this is the area where we want to explore. Bring people inside, let them talk with us, and try to give them new ideas, and take the ideas from them also, and incorporating our work together and creating something new. Everybody has something in his mind is special for us. Everybody can be innovative. So the group is presenting lots of services and facilities for members, plus for the community itself. Anybody can join us simply going to our website and registering, and becoming a member of the Dubai Astronomy Group. We are now 800 plus members around the world, distributed from Fiji to Venezuela, almost around the globe. And as I said, it's free of charge. No charges could be raised for any activities which you're going to be participating with. Generally, most of our activities, except the one which is very specific, those are being charged, otherwise everything is okay. We have like 22 astronomy courses, starting from basics to advanced level of astrophotography. And then we have seminars, conferences, we have lectures coming around, and lots of things, lots of things. I want you to go to the site and explore. DubaiAstronomy.com, one word. Now, if we're not with Dubai Astronomy, let's start to talk about astronomy itself. What is astronomy?
Basically, like knowledge about the space, outer space.
Okay. Any other definition? Any other? You need it. It will be right definition. Because it's very broad name. It's nothing something which I can say it's only like this. Study about the stars, the planets. What is above us? It's all about the celestial objects. Astronomy. Okay. Astronomy consists of lots of things, lots of information. And that's why it's called the mother of all other science. The mother of all other science? What does it mean? It wasn't senseless. Means anything you can do from starting from biology to beyond astronomy. Give you an example to make it easy. The astronauts which they went to the moon, they developed for them pacemakers, and that's utilized today in the medicine. They have given them enzymes capsules which they can swallow and they can understand what's happening in your stomach, in the astronaut's stomach, so they can understand what kind of emotions they are having, and then responding to them so that they don't fail down on the mission. I like that. Lots of talk on medicine level. Today, living in zero G or microgravity, it requires lots of other scientific and medical resources for that. And so what's been developed for the space research and astronomy is been implemented with the high tech and other departments and other ways. Start with nanotechnologies, developing new kind of material, rocketry, physics, biology, astronomy, have it all. Even searching for life, extraterrestrial life, looking for aliens, okay, looking for the aliens. What does it require? Astrobiology. It's astrobiology. You have every section of science will have something in astronomy. So the astronomy is, by all means, the mother of all science. It talks about space, space research, everything you can imagine, instrumentations to a level of going by sun, humans travel out. Now I want to shortcut this talk about here and move to something very important. I want to learn what's above me. What's in it? Above that, on top, the sky. What's the
7 years.
Oh, I haven't got 7 years. Let's be the fertile. Don't go to 7 now. What above us the sky? What you can see in the night sky? The stars, planets. Give it a shot.
Clouds.
That's okay. On the earth at the center, brother. Okay, what else? I can see here. Okay, what else? Everything is above. Who is flying on top? But beyond that will be the stars, the galaxies, and the universe. Now, we take a shot into that by showing you. Yeah, switch off this part of the light possible. Is there a control over the light from this side? What I will show you is simulation of the sky. Okay, this is our time from Dubai, and we are looking toward the west side. And I'll move the time forward to see the sunset. It's a process. You see the planet Saturn here, the Mars, the Mercury, the Sun, and the Sun is sitting down. We have Mars, we have here, we have Venus here, we have Pluto, Sun, and Jupiter. Okay, stop here. This is the night sky. Here we have the Moon, here we have the Jupiter, here we have the Venus. That's nice. What else we can have? We can have the whole sky. Bunch of stars. You go out to the desert, to an open air, you're definitely out of Dubai. Dubai is highly light polluted. What you're going to see in the sky like this. So what are these things? They are planets, moons, and they are stars. What else you can see? Many other things. Many other things. But as you use all of them in your power or vision, you can see more than only the space objects. Let's start to see the basic concept what ancient have seen the sky. Let's start with drawing lines of constellations. They have drawn lines between the constellations. It becomes just like kind of hypothetical, far unrecognizable connections. For example, let's see what we are looking for. For the north, and we have something called. You see, I'm going to concentrate on this, and I'm going to look for this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These have been set up together as a constellation of Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia in Arabic or modern translation becomes the lady who's sitting in the chair, that person. It's a constellation of imaginative story about the king, queen, and the daughters, and the mother was chained to the rock, and there is a serpent coming to eat her, and there is a hero who's going to serve her. There's a bunch of stories out there, but let's start with this one. Let's look what kind of shape they have imagined for this. Ah, a lady sitting on a chair. And like that, how many shapes we have in the sky? Many shapes. Almost like 89 shapes being designated by ancient people. What was the purpose of a designation like this? Just to divide the sky into portions and to understand the names of the stars. Simple as that. You have a faculty, in the faculty there's departments. The departments have classes, the classes designated by numbers. Similar way, stars designated by names, and they are part of the constellation. The constellation is a part of the sky. Plus, you read this book. Open the map. This is the map. As simple as I hope I don't get confused. I'm moving too much. Anyhow, this is the basic star chart which you can see in the sky. There are many, many stories about it. When you pick up any particular star and you can find the name of it, the distance to that, please, Osama, focus the screen on so we can see the picture better.
Is this located on the website as well?
Yes, yes. This program?
Yeah.
You want to have a program?
No, I don't.
Out of my topic. Okay, let's see. Let's imagine I want to see the Jupiter. Let's click on Jupiter. Get it to the center. Zoom in. Oh, you can see the Jupiter. You can see the moon of Jupiter. This is exactly how I'm going to look to the telescope. You can see the Jupiter, the moon of the Jupiter. When you can run it to the sun and you can see the moon. I'm going to kill this device. Let me move it out from here. Okay, let's pass the time on and you can see what will happen with that. Okay, so it's a very, very elastic simulation software and it has thousand objects. So it's a beautiful tool for you to explore the sky with it. From the day. Zoom out and push it towards the night again. And the sun is setting and you can see the constellations, different ones. Similarly, once the sky starts to move, you can see different constellations are coming up. And with the constellations, they are coming new things. This is not sitting here and raising from the sun. We have something here very peculiar. Let's look at this. This star called Aldebaran. This is a Taurus constellation. It's very famous. And there is something called here Thuraya. Now, our local name we call it Thuraya. What's Thuraya? It's an open cluster, bunch of stars, get together, very young stars. And they form a very famous their physical life, with the activities which they do in their normal life. So for us, it's very famous to start on constellation like this one. You know, the sun is going to go up. And once Thuraya disappears, we know the sun is going to come up. And similar way, there was connection with a kind of going toward sea or traveling around different areas. All these things we utilize in different aspects of it. And then using this sky map as a guide, find time, knowing location, and having a look for beauty. So this was a kind of a calendar. It was a watch, and it was also a compass. All this together. Let's now move furthermore. I don't want to go into detail of this, but I want to furthermore move you toward something important. This entire sky, what you see, is a part of our galaxy, which is called the Milky Way. The galaxy is a bunch of stars, a bunch of planets. Around the stars, there are planets. Around the planets, there are moons, there are planets. With the stars, and a bunch of big stars, and anywhere in the galaxy, hundreds of galaxies, billion galaxies, they combine together to create our solar system. These are all things get together and create a single galaxy. It's the biggest astral universe of galaxies. And the universe consists of galaxies. So how many galaxies scientists do believe they have counted, or let's say statically counted in the universe? I'll give you two hints, okay? Just give me a number in between this. 400 billion galaxies, 100 billion galaxies. How much are Two billion. Only two galaxies? You're very conservative. Billion galaxies, they have statistically been found. Not even physically. I mean, this number is very low profile number. Definitely, it's increasable by factors of 10. This is the number of a galaxy. Each galaxy also has. If you're looking for a galaxy, uh, you see right here, this one? I'm going to zoom into that. This is a galaxy called M31. It's double the size of the Milky Way. Double the size of the Milky Way galaxy. It's the nearest one, and it's in a collision course toward us. For sure. Not a fiction. This has been studied. Fact. It's a collision course with Milky Way. And it's going to swallow Milky Way. Definitely. But in how many billions years? Okay, let's move to the galaxy and see. This is a very faint picture. When there's better pictures, you can go to the site and look at the galaxy, what does it looks like. Now let's move to point. How many stars in the galaxy? Millions. Anybody can give me a number. Ah, that's too much. Used to say it was like an 100 billion stars statistically again, because nobody is there to go out of the galaxy and count how many stars are there. So they take a portion of the sky and try to make a kind of assumption based on statistics that how many stars could be harboring in one galaxy. So with a modest number, they came out with the recent studies after new telescopes, new surveys. It was 200 billion stars, approximately. Again, very moderate number, not a very accurate and very detailed number. Now, around the stars, they found two things. Either there are other stars are beside it, or there are planets, or both. So there is the stars which are twin, or small or big, whatever the situation, but there are two stars, or three stars, or four stars together. There are all cases are available in our galaxy. And there are stars. Most of the stars do have planets. This was very surprising information before 95. Because before 95, if you ask a scientist, do you know any planets out of the solar system? Very clearly will say, no, there is nothing. But now it's been had exponentially been exploded the number of the planets discovered around other stars. So there are definitely lots of planets around. Our solar system, as an example, I'll give you three answers. Give me select the best one, okay? I'll give you. One, eight, ten. Who have eight? Raise his hand. Eight. Eight is eight. Why is eight? What about the other people they have discovered? The Plutons, not X. They called it Sedna, and there was another one Quahar, and there was another one was called Exena, and then after that they called it something else. There's something like a 5 to 6 object we discovered, which is the size of Pluto. But this is was the problem. If they continue to expand the solar system, they will not end because they found something very peculiar. There is an area between Neptune and outer cloud which called Kuiper belt objects. Pluto and his Sharon and his bunch of the things out there, plus his brothers who look like him, they are not one or two or three or four, there are many. Many are there, and many to be discovered as the instrumentation goes better and better, and as the discovery goes furthermore. That's why they have classified Pluto to a Kuiper belt objects by saying it looks like a planet, planetoid, and it becomes designated in its area. Why designated in a specific area? Because we already have a designated areas of the other things. Let's start at the center. We have the star, the sun. Then we have rocky planets. Then we have asteroids. Then we have supergiants, gaseous giant planets. Then we have Kuiper belt objects. And then we have outer cloud, far away, almost like 2 astronomical units away. It's comets. So these are the areas specifically, and this is better for designation and more scientifically approach. Simple as this. People were angry. Why you took Pluto out? That was very interesting thing 2 years back when decided to chop out Pluto out of the planet list. There was a letter beautifully being done by some children. Why you are taking planet out? Please bring it back. Especially because the name Pluto was a dog of the Mickey, was correlated with Disney character. But that's why it's very important for the children. Anyhow, the thing went so beautifully that with new discoveries of moons, with rings planets, almost the outer planets, all of them have rings. So it's become very crowded space around the solar system. Now, I want you to give you some sort of scale of understanding what we are talking about. We are talking about very big space, not something so condensed. Though it's very small what we are looking from perspective of the galaxy. I mean, imagine if this is the galaxy, the stars in the galaxy, which is billions of stars, could not even raise to a level of the spike of the simple grain. Imagine yourself, you're standing on the sea shore, you're looking at the sands below you on the shore, and one of them could be the huge star. This is how the stars are distributed in the galaxy itself. I want to give you a perspective of that. So I want to give you a small very fast size, just to have tangible figures, understandable, imaginable ideas. What's our height? Average 1.7. Average 1.7, right? Somebody asked, no problem, make an average. Okay, let's compare this average to very well-known tower. What you like to compare with? Dubai Tower, Burj Dubai, or Everest Tower? Burj Dubai. Let's make it best, and let's round it up to 1 kilometer. Okay? Can we imagine ourselves beside Burj Dubai? Let's stand beside Burj Dubai. How big we are compared to Burj Dubai? Not even visible. Exactly. This is the word. Because we are not even the size of the one floor. And how many? What's the height of? Let's see, maybe 1 kilometer. How many meters we're talking about here? 1,000 meters, and I'm 1.7. What ratio? 1.7 to 1,000. Unbelievable ratio, right? We cannot even see ourselves. Now, let's compare the price of was the most prominent icon at the time. So if we measure with 311 meters tall, and I want to measure the highest mountain, what's the height we're talking about? 848. Chop off the other figure and make it totally 8. Forget about the 8. We'll chop out 1. If we imagine with a size of 8,000 meters, comparing how many Burj Dubai need to reach to the height of the mountain?
8.9.
Almost. Chop off the extras. Okay. It's taking the same create one star, create the size of the Mount Everest. What's that? That's something incredible, huh? Imagine now if we see the mountain chain of Himalayas from the space, it must represent even a head of the ولا عصر فلوس ولا عصر فلوس. Now this is just for you to understand the biggest city in the Arab nations, which is Cairo. Can you see the Cairo here? Anybody can see the Cairo? It's here. Guys, Cairo, 10 million people living there. On the spot. There's no most of the only the Cairo the most, there's 10 million people living there. Okay. What's the size of the country? 12,765.3. Jump off the 7, give it 12. 12,000 comparing to 8,000. 12,000 kilometer is the diameter of the Earth. Comparing to 8 kilometers is the diameter of the entire planet. 12,000 comparing to 8. Can you make how big it is, the Mount Everest, comparing to the diameter of the Earth only? Let's imagine this room is the how high from the floor of this room could be the Mount Everest. Make a random guess. Let's start with the thickness of a paper. Any guesses? Only 5 inches high. With such kind of room size, even the height of the Mount Everest will not be visible from space. Okay, now let's see what's the size of the Earth comparing to the Moon and comparing to one side, comparing to the solar system, other objects. Let's make it very fast and very simple comparison for you. I can put 1,000 Earth inside Jupiter. And I can put 1,000 Jupiter inside the Sun. So you can imagine how small we are, how small our Earth is. Unbelievably small. But we are on the Earth itself, we are unbelievably small. So can you imagine the size of us comparing to the Sun? Yes, definitely. The Sun is so huge that it can contain 1,000,000 Earth without any problem, even more. So what about us? Yes, please.
I was reading that even this presentation of the solar system is wrong because
The Sun is bigger than that. Exactly. Exactly. Beautiful. This is the distance was, this is the wrong diagram. Actually, this is just only a basic comparison of size. Basic conceptual comparison of size. Exactly. Distances are huge. The sizes are huge. And what is the size of the difference compared to this? Unbelievably small. Now, imagine all these things as we have defined the stars, planets, and everything that goes and planetoids move it along, and this is the comparison to that. This is the small object we found out there. Sentinel, Atlas, Aurora, Verona, Vesta, Force, all these are lots of objects out there. Compared to the size of the most of the shadow, how big they are. And let's imagine the other objects. I'll just pass on this all information and let's go to use compared to the size. This is the size of the planet comparing to the sun volume. Can you see the Earth? Okay. Now the stars comes in classifications. I'll just pass on this and give you Arcturus. Arcturus is the half of this is the star is in constellation of Boötes. It's visible these days in the night. It's a super giant star. And you can imagine our sun compared to that star. I mean, we love our sun and we collect sun and the stars, they are the shining. Okay. see that many stars are there. There are bigger stars are there. There are bigger stars, there are small stars, small stars. But they have their own light, of course, and there are neutron stars, and there are black holes, and there are lots of other things. I don't want to talk about them. I'm very going to leave out of nebulous. Either they are creating for us stars or they are output of thrust of bigger stars. So they are kind of a reaction is happening. Stars coming out from nebulas, and they are giving energy, and exploding and becoming again dust, and dust becoming another star. Science believes that they are dealing with that thing, and this is the galaxy. In the galaxy, we have many, many shapes of it. This is the collision of some galaxies. But you can imagine the size of, okay, this is the comparative location of a Milky Way galaxy with our solar system. And yes, I want to bring out to you one thing is again the wrap our talk, how small we are. If you can imagine the star, which is our sun, it's just like a point in the galaxy. So what could be the size of the galaxy and the size of this galaxy comparing to a local area galaxy like this picture, our galaxy, Andromeda galaxy, Dubai galaxy, super then part of the fabric of the universe, which is seen by scientists. And this is a picture they have got of the universe, which is called cosmic background radiation. And this is 13.7 billion light years away from us. And we also get a lot of it. We can discuss later on about what is the light year and what this represents. But basically, it's distance of measurement, the speed of light which covers in a 1 year time. And this is 13.7 billion light year away from us, which is a very, 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 very far away, a glow of a light from inside the picture of a Big Bang. This is what this stuff has found. So this is the furthest thing which humans have discovered in the universe. And if you can imagine, if this immense size, what we are in this universe. Now, let's shift our focus directly to a different level. Because I have very good time, I want to give you more time. Our religion, which is Islam, what it says about astronomy? Creation of the earth and the sky, it's more bigger than creation of the humans. But most of the people don't know it. خلق السماوات والأرض أكبر من خلق الناس ولكن أكثر الناس يعلمون. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says for us to go and look and understand and see. Because once you start to see the stars, start to see the sky, and understand what the size of it, and now today you know what the size of the humans comparing to the earth, and comparing to the planets, and comparing to the sun, and the sun comparing to the galaxy. So what the size of the humans? Not even a speck of dust. So can we become so mindful that we can reach the end of it? No. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says very clearly in the Quran, there is 7 earth and 7 stars. And there's a hadith very clear way that if you imagine the followers, the Sahaba have asked our Messenger Muhammad, what would be the size of the sky comparing to the Arsh? They said, just to give an example of it, imagine a ring. The earth and the first sky, comparing the sky on top of it, just like a ring in a desert. And similarly, up to the 7th sky. So the 6th sky in the 7th sky, just like a ring. 7th sky to the kursi, a chair, just like, not a chair, it should be, we call it kursi, it's actually مكان قدم الرحمن سبحانه وتعالى. ليس الكرسي معنى الكرسي اللي نحن نعرفه. So it's just like a place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala That's a small thing comparing to Arsh, which is a bigger, much bigger thing. Now, the entire seventh sky, all the skies, comparing to the kursi itself, is just like a ring into a desert. And the kursi is comparing to the Arsh like a ring into the desert. Just to give you an imaginative picture of how big could be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the heaven and all those things on top of us. It's absolutely unimaginable size. Because if here we are in the first sky, and we are looking at the galaxy, we have to see all stars absolutely unimaginable. That's super size. Now we have understood this kind of supremacy and huge sizes. What does it give us? It gives us three simple answers from the Quran. First thing, if you know that the building is so huge, that means the people who had made it, they were very intelligent, superpowered, kind of. Give me a names of that. You see, a deed, a work of a person shows how mighty he is, right? So if you see a multiple things, you can know that who have created is much, much mightier than what he has created. So this is a clear indicator of how powerful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And there is a verse in the Quran. It's non-believers of Makkah, they are arguing with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and saying, "Why God is giving examples about the mosquitoes and the flies?" And he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very clear in the Quran, and it's about the mosquito. What it says in Surah Al-Baqarah. Anybody remember the verse? No? إن الله لا يستحي أن يضرب مثلا ما بعوضة. I will make the full stop here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't shy to give an example of a mosquito. But he says one thing something important. I'll give you another. What is on top of it? Yeah, the translation of that was from Mocha, and what is on top of it? I'll just give you an example of that with the kind of talk which I'm giving you today. What is on top of the mosquito wings? What could be there? Bacteria, viruses, what else? Just minute things, small things. Doesn't it remind you something of us on Earth? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us an example of a mosquito wing. We are even smaller than those bacteria compared to it. So do we have a good example here of mosquito or what? You see this? You are the humans who are saying what this example is. The Earth and comparing the universe, you are much smaller than that. So even that example doesn't describe you comparing to the wind and mosquito. So this is the kind of things which is available in the Quran for us to look forward and to understand and see and appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His power. This is one thing. Second thing is a beauty for us. It's a beautiful sky when you go to out it and you can find a beauty which hooked me. When I started my life with astronomy, and it was so beautiful that I was so much till today, whenever I go, without any other things, which I usually do, always like a fresh, I have to go to Venus because I find myself very much relaxed in the sky. I always call people to come with me and have a look. If you like to come, definitely it's open for all of us to go there. No charge. Drive your car out of Dubai for almost like a half an hour, sit down on a dune and have the beauty of the sky. It's really beautiful. I challenge you, so beautiful. But you have to just give yourself a chance with the stars and understand what you are looking at. Third thing, it's a very beneficial point. Which are beneficial points? Like what we have in our life, the Muslim community. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us a very natural calendar, a moon, which doesn't have any problem. Counted for 28 days, and you have the month, and then 12 months can be for you a year. No need for leap years or any calculations. Simple as this, you have your calendar in the sky. To know the location, how you know the location. see the stars, they are fixed patterns in a human life. From time of ancient Romans till today, or from Pharaoh's time till today, the sky chart almost is similar, not much has changed. So even the stars which they are used to look at, what we are looking for, similar. So knowing specific locations is very simple. No, traveling on the Earth is very simple. The North Star, for example, from our altitude is almost like 25 degrees high. That 25 degrees represent our latitude. So if you are going toward the North Star will go up. But if we are coming downward, the North Star will go down. Till we are at the North Star on the horizon, that means we are on the equator. Correct? So this is how it goes. It's a very, very practical class here. So we know our time, we know our location, and we use it as a selling tool, moving around, so we can see that stars used to come at some specific time. We are coming earlier, that means we are heading toward that stars. And this technology being utilized very well by ancient Arabs, especially in our region. Ahmed bin Majid was a very famous sailor from this region, which is Ras Al Khaimah now. He had used star navigation techniques very well. People previous to him used to travel around the coast of the Indian Ocean, so they don't go into the ocean itself very clearly. Why? Because they were scared, because they would be lost. But this guy was very genius, because he can understand the sky map very well. He was able to go from west to Surindeep. I don't know what's Surindeep is a very ancient name. Sindibad, they call it Surindeep. And yeah, this study was Surindeep. It's not a hypothetical name. Any idea, any hints? Surindeep. It's the same Sina for the new name. Surindeep. Very famous for herbs. Hmm? Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Surindeep is Sri Lanka now. So we travel from Moscow directly to Sri Lanka in 1 week time, comparing to 3 weeks it used to take to travel to the same location. So this is how much practical is the astronomy. Knowing our locations, finding our geographical places, like for example Qibla and everything, at the same time, reading time from the sun, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us very fixed timing for the sun. You see the sun is coming at the light of the sun, have Fajr. Before, after that, we have the sun in the middle, a little bit out from the middle sky, we have Dhuhr time, and then when everything becomes double in the shadow, that becomes the Asr time, and when the sun gets down, Maghrib time, and when the sky becomes black, it's Isha time. So you are hooked with the star. Now, what about the month? With the moon. Simple as this. So it's practical function. And from the word practical, I'll bring it down to that. So let's switch on the lights. So let's fastly give you a small brief on telescope. And sorry for this long time talking. A telescope is divided into three devices, or three portions, sections. Tripod, mount, and the OTA, optical tube signal. People don't give these two things any importance, and they always look for the sky because someone will catch that and look at the sky. Okay, that's a good thing, but it has only very basic things. It's a part of the structure, but it's not the structure. We have here glasses, convective lenses, simple lenses, and there is a lens in the front of this. What does it do? Magnify for us things, make it more close. But while exposing things, the resolution of the things goes down. So it becomes as much as you are going to increase the magnification, it becomes that little bit big. As much, how much times magnification we can have on this kind of device? Almost like a 500 times. 500 times of what? I will not. I will give you a practical example so you can look at something from here. And I will try to do it. Actually, this telescope has a computerized setup where I have my device to control it. This is called Rotor device. It's a computer. It can be programmed with the objects, and it has a built-in 64,000 objects that can go through. Switch it on, and I should define my location, time, favorite, and then tell it where to find the navigation stars And then automatically, when I choose another object, it will pinpoint to that place. Let's give you an example of that. Let's see how does it go. So that we will be already. No. Selecting the star. For example, so we are searching for stargazer. Okay. Here we have stargazer. And a similar way, we can have different stars, and we can go searching for these kind of objects, galaxies, bunch of stars. To make things more doable, I'll try to get one object out I can see from this window to there. And that I'll do it manually because I don't need that. Why do you need the motors here as I go to? Anybody can
Or the moons, I think, to align them. Moon, Jupiter.
No answer there.
They slowly move to track it.
Why not traffic?
Because it's rotating
What's rotating?
the the planets. The Earth.
Exactly. What we have is a kind of a visual effect of Earth motion. The sun, the moon, the moon. So how to balance that motion? You have to have motors to follow up the object. So it counteracts the motion of the Earth, so you can follow up the Earth. But if I'm looking down with a fixed object, like for example, I would look for a light bulb on the tree. Do I have that? Oh, that's good. Only for that. Okay, let's open this device. And then I can go to furthermore once we go to the desert, inshallah. I hope I can bring it here. Because I have some obstacles in the way. What looks like I'm doing it here? Because quite difficult system looks really. I'm not sure if I'm in my way. What's that? A poster. No. No, 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 no. People are standing my way. Okay, okay. Just to appreciate the power of this machine. It's fine, I look at this. I'm talking to a camera secretariat. Please. You can come and have a look. If you have any questions, I'll open this. Let me finish first.
What's that? How humans feel that, like, I don't know, gravity is the planet, have an effect on human life?
So associate of this affecting our behavior and our emotions. Our question is things are in nature emotional effects.
Yeah. Weather. when the parents change, the girl becomes depressed. I think, yeah, makes you cold. I don't know. I don't know. The physics, never. There's nothing. And I can get the benefits out of it.
Usman, your turn. Hira Javed Lakwi. Fazil Ahmed Bashiri. Samir Ahmed. Ali Ghulam Ali.
Yeah,
Tawfiq Hamid. Faraz Javed.
yeah.
Miss Zero. Seam. Messenberg. Shaw. Esad Farhangi. Hayat Huang Gang. Nora Hagazi. Sahar Zaidi. Hira Siddiqui. Feroz. Huda Al Sheikh. Bilal Nasir. Brian Dawes. Actually,
I'm using this detection approach.
You guys be careful.
Mix match of technology challenges. But
It's also made by actually just created stargazing. Actually, we use even the timing that we use in the beginning. How the time, like